An ambitious goal. A Valley man is in hot pursuit of the Explorer's Grand Slam.
It's an adventurer's challenge to reach the North Pole, the South Pole, and all 7 summits.
Wow.
He's already reached a few of them, but now has his sights set on Mount Everest.
Yeah, you may have seen him training out at Piestewa Peak. That is where you find Clayton Wolf this morning. Good morning, Clayton. So when are you planning your Everest trip?
Good morning. My Everest trip is coming up this April. April 18th is when I leave for the Himalayas, and I'll be there for approximately 45 to 60 days attempting to climb Mount Everest.
Yeah, I was going to say, man, 45, 60 days. That's a long time. How much planning goes into that? And this is not the first time that you've done this, right? How did it go last time?
Actually, it went pretty well. I didn't make it to the top, but looking at the entire expedition in its entirety, I did really well. So I've been planning for six years is how long I've been training to climb Mount Everest.
Wow.
I made it to 26,000 feet the first time around.
So I can barely get to the top of Piestewa, okay? Tell me what exactly you do. Like, what's an average week for you in training to do Everest?
Yeah, so like I said, for the past 5 years I've been training, and that means everything from training in town to traveling around the world, climbing different mountains, everywhere from Alaska to Antarctica. Those are some of the mountains that I've climbed. When I'm here in town, when I get into my really Everest-specific training, it's a 24-week program, and my week looks like it's a couple gym days a week, but then I'm also out in the mountains climbing 3 to 4 times a week for several hours at a time. As you can see here, I'm gearing up for my hike today. It's about 60 pounds of water, and I'll hike up and down Piestewa Peak several times, just nice and slow.
Oh my gosh.
Clayton, when you were climbing Mount Everest, what were some of the major challenges? Like, what was the toughest part of that journey?
Well, any kind of duration on the mountains like that at extreme altitudes, it really presses you both physically and mentally. I mean, I can't explain what life is like when you're living at 23,000 feet in a tent. It's 20 below zero. You haven't showered in a week, and you're sharing a tent with someone that you just met 45 days ago. So there's definitely a physical and mental challenge. Obviously, we had our challenges with COVID last year, which is why my trip ended. Basically, we got to 26,000 feet. I was on my summit day. It took me 62 days to get to that point.
Wow.
And on our summit day, one of the members on my team that I hired, when they came up to Camp 4, which is where I was, he was really ill. And so what we decided to do was wait for several hours, see if he improved. And my guide made the call to descend back down to Camp 1, which is a mile down the Lhotse face. And down at that camp, everyone tested for COVID, and he tested positive for COVID, and it ended up ending my trip.
Wow. Oh my gosh, unbelievable. We're going to hear more about your journey and the fact that it's all for a good cause when you talk to you the next time. All right, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Clayton. 5